Here's every Star Wars game in development right now. The galaxy far, far away is about to get a whole lot bigger, folks, because while we wait anxiously to see how Boba Fett's plans to rule with respect play out on a new chapter of the Book of Boba Fett, Lucasfilm and Electronic Arts surprised fans on Tuesday with an announcement. They're making not one, not two, but 3 brand new Star Wars games following the smash hit of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And no, sadly, one of them is not a sequel to the Star Wars Episode 1 pod racing game, so hold your yippies until the end. However, these 3 games are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to sprawling playable experiences in the galaxy far, far away. And while you might still be pouring one out for Star Wars 1313, there are nearly as many Star Wars games coming out as there are midichlorians in Little Annie's bloodstream, which is to say, a lot.
The reading is off the chart.
So with that said, strap in and get ready as we break down all the galactic gaming goodness coming down the proverbial Mos Espa circuit. Alright, let's start with what's easily the most anticipated of these 3 new projects, a new action-adventure game in the Star Wars Jedi series. Now, whether this is a direct sequel to the canonical Jedi Fallen Order following Cal Kestis, or something with similar gameplay and a new protagonist remains to be seen. However, according to Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, the game has been in development for a while now and could come out as early as this year. Fans of the first game will be thrilled to hear that Stig Asmussen is returning as the game director for the next entry in this series. Fans of Titanfall? Well, you're probably used to disappointment by now. I know I am. Next up, we have Respawn's first mystery Star Wars project, a first-person shooter that'll be directed by Peter Hirschman. Having previously worked as the vice president of product development at LucasArts, Hirschman had a hand in classic Star Wars games like the OG Battlefront 1 and 2, Empire at War, LEGO Star Wars, and perhaps most importantly, The Force Unleashed. So could this mean a return to the era of Kyle Katarn and Dark Forces? Will my hopes for Shadow of the Empire being recanonized be dashed on the rocky shores of reality and rendered null and void? Only time will tell, but considering the amount of time that I've spent playing Apex Legends recently, it's a genre I trust Respawn with implicitly. Now, rounding out Respawn's trio of new titles is a partnership with BitReactor to make a brand new strategy game set in the world of the galaxy far, far away. For those who don't know, BitReactor is a relatively new game studio founded by former XCOM and Civilization developers. Given the studio's pedigree, I expect this to either be a 4X grand strategy game a la Civilization, where I can lead the Mon Calamari people to a position of galactic supremacy, or a turn-based strategy game where I lead a Bad Batch-esque squad of commandos on Black Ops wet work missions. Either way, I fully expect this game to be as wonderfully life-ruining as the previous games these devs have made. Moving away from the wild world of Respawn, we come to arguably the most mysterious entry on this list, the untitled Star Wars game being developed by Ubisoft's Massive Entertainment. The Swedish studio behind The Division is creating a story-driven open-world Star Wars game that utilizes the studio's Snowdrop engine. And apart from that, well, we know less about the game itself than Crime Lords of Tatooine respect Boba Fett.
No one respects you.
Enough!
Next up, we come to maybe the most controversial entry on the list, Star Wars Eclipse. Announced during the Game Awards in December 2021, Star Wars Eclipse is the first video game set during the High Republic era. The cinematic trailer included cryptic drummers, Yoda staring wistfully out a window, Jedi practicing with lightsabers, and pitched space battles, and of course, a man emerging like Baron Harkonnen from a pile of black goo. Gee, wonder if Star Wars has taken anything else from Dune.
They have.
However, excitement for this intricately branching action-adventure game with multiple playable characters was quickly soured when some fans saw it's being developed by Quantic Dream. The Paris-based studio behind Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain, and Beyond Two Souls has come under intense scrutiny in recent months over allegations of a toxic workplace, crunch culture, and homophobia and bigotry from the studio's founders, David Cage and Guillaume de Fondamiere. And this has resulted in many Star Wars fans, especially members of the LGBTQIA+ community, launching a social media campaign using the hashtag #BlackoutStarWarsEclipse, and they're demanding accountability from both Lucasfilm and Quantic Dream. Speaking with Inverse, Star Wars podcaster Ben McDonald said, "What we want is for Lucasfilm to acknowledge that partnering with a studio like Quantic Dream and people like David Cage feels diametrically opposed to the ethos of Star Wars and ultimately to how Lucasfilm has tried to publicly identify itself in the last few years. It's not unfair to ask for clarification." And for more on the Blackout Star Wars Eclipse movement and the controversy surrounding this game, check out Inverse and IO9's in-depth reports, which I will link to in the description below. Moving on, we come to Star Wars Hunters. Developed by Zynga, Star Wars Hunters is a third-person free-to-play arena combat game coming to Nintendo Switch and mobile platforms. With Jedi, Sith, bounty hunters, Jawas, droids, and even more as playable characters, the game looks perfect for people who just want some family-friendly blood sport in the galaxy far, far away, which is very different than the family-unfriendly blood sport the younglings experienced in Revenge of the Sith. But speaking of family-friendly entertainment though, we also have LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga coming out later this year. Now this oft-delayed game will encompass every single movie in the Skywalker Saga canon, from The Phantom Menace to The Rise of Skywalker itself. After 5 years in development, this game will finally release on April 5th, 2022, and with more than 20 planets to explore, 100 vehicles, and 300 plus characters to unlock, this is perfect for anyone who hates having free time as much as they do sand.
And it gets everywhere.
And last but not least, we come to what might be the most anticipated game on this list, the remake of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. This sprawling RPG was originally developed by BioWare and released on Xbox and PC way back in 2003. Hailed as one of the greatest games of all time, KOTOR brought gamers thousands of years into the past of the Star Wars universe to experience a new side of the galaxy far, far away. Revealed during Sony's 2021 PlayStation Showcase in September, the KOTOR remake is being developed by Aspyr, and it will be a timed exclusive for the PlayStation 5. Now, according to lead producer Ryan Treadwell, they are rebuilding this game from the ground up using modern game engine technology. As for what other updates players can expect, well, only time will tell. But earlier this month, Screen Rant reported on rumors from YouTuber Mr. Matty Plays that the KOTOR remake will boast different play modes inspired by games like God of War and Neo. So perhaps that means that gamers can choose between turn-based combat of yesteryear and the free-flowing action combat that dominates so much of today's video gaming landscape. Regardless, I think we can all agree that we're all ready to climb back aboard the Ebon Hawk and explore the distant past of the galaxy far, far away all over again. Anyway, folks, there you have it. Those are all the Star Wars games currently in development. Now, we'll keep you posted on any other playable Star Wars experiences coming your way and updates on these titles over on Nerdist.com. In the meantime, though, tell us, what do you think of this news? Which of these games are you most excited for? And what other Star Wars game deserves a remake? Let us know in the comments below, and for the latest and greatest in the world of pop culture, stay tuned to Nerdist.com.